Okay. I'm gonna put a cone. Okay, right, that's fine. Okay, everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. Nice to see you all today too. And we are going to begin today's evening meditation session. Before that, as usual, I would like to do the same wish. I sincerely wish. May this session also help you to develop in this noble, non-sectarian Dharma path so ardently, at least one step ahead. With those thoughts, we are going to begin today's session. So last week we began the new meditation technique, loving kindness meditation. Right? In Pali, it is called as metta. So therefore, it is wide known as metta meditation too. Right? Okay, so it is known as metta meditation too. So last week we learned how to spread loving kindness from group to group. So groups are not different, so they are the same. Just like you, so whenever you were practicing vipassana meditation, I taught you to practice. I guided you to practice a short loving kindness meditation, right? So during that session, introduce all those groups. Therefore, you are familiar with the groups. But the quotes, they are a little bit longer than before. Did anyone of you memorize all the quotes, all the lines? Right, that's fine. Please, all students, please try. Right, all students, please try to go along with the long quotes. If the new students are struggling, so they can go along with the short one. Can you remember the short one? Be well, be happy, be peaceful. Right? First, you spread your loving kindness towards yourself, because in this whole world, we love ourselves than anybody else. Right? That is the truth. Right? So there are stories that come into my mind, but this is not the time to describe them, so I stop myself. So we love ourselves more than everybody else. We tell the other people, oh, I love you more than everything. But the truth is, more than everything, you love yourself first. Right? That's the truth. So first we begin sharing our loving kindness with yourself. Right? We think, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. But in the long quotes, you have to go as, may I be free from anger and hatred. Right? Then after that, ill will and jealousy. Then after that, may I be free from mental suffering. Then after that, may I be free from physical suffering. Cole, can you remember? Right. Right.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, I know. But you were here in the last year, right? Yeah. Right. So may I be free from physical suffering, right? May I develop with, right? May I develop with love, compassion, good health, safety, and peace. Then after that, may I be so comfortable and ease, right? May I feel comfort and ease. Finally, may I attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Right? Very calmly. So, soaking your whole body and mind with loving kindness, please spread your loving kindness first towards yourself. Right? And then, if someone doesn't love oneself, then they are not going to love the other people. Right? So, first, please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself. Then, after that, please spread your loving kindness. So, first towards your parents, secondly, towards your parents. Then, after that, towards your teachers. After that, towards your relatives. Right? After that, towards your friends. After that, towards the people who are in the middle. Right? The people who are in the middle means the neutral people. The people, those who don't fall into the category of enemies and friends, neutral people. Then after that, please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. And finally, please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world without any discrimination, wholeheartedly, right? So I sincerely request all students to memorize the quotes when you practice this meditation technique, right? And sometimes even I forget because I'm not practicing it with the English language, right? I always practice it with my own mother tongue, right? You also have the same freedom. I know all of you belong to various kinds of, your mother tongue is different from each other, right? Some of you are speaking English as your mother tongue, and some of you are speaking Gujarati, and then Hindi, and Cambodian, and then after that Malayalam, and various other languages. So Sinhala and Vietnamese, right, and Chinese. So whatever the language um, which is your mother tongue is, so please practice, please translate these very quotes into your language and practice. That will help you immensely to grow in this meditation technique, right? Then when you practice this one, so you are developing your I told you 4 qualities, 4 of your great qualities. What is the first one? Loving kindness. Second one, what is it? Sympathetic joy, that's number 3. Compassion, number 2. Final one, equanimity. Very nice. These are the 4 great qualities that you develop. You know, in this world, now scientists think developing more than IQ, developing EQ is the best, right? So EQ is greater than IQ. You know, there are certain people who have very high IQ, but when they don't have loving kindness towards the others, they can turn their own knowledge for the destruction of the others. So several days ago in India, there was a huge bomb blast, right? The person who did it is a doctor, a very successful, very famous doctor, right? And in his region, but somehow, so what he was lacking is EQ. EQ is very important. So this will develop your EQ. Once one Jewish student sent a letter to his professor. His name is David Stein. In 1946, he came out from the concentration camp that he was in, And then later on, he wrote a letter to his professor. I wrote a small part of his writing so that it can help you to understand what I say. He says, I am a survivor of a concentration camp. My eyes saw what no person should witness. Gas chambers built by learned engineers, children poisoned by educated physicians, infants killed by trained nurses, and women and babies shot by high school and college graduates. So I am suspicious of education. My request is this: help your children to become human. Your efforts must never produce learned monsters. Learned monsters, skilled psychopaths, or educated Eichmanns. Eichmanns means during the Hitler's time there was somebody called Adolf Eichmann, right? So just understand he was I'm a convicted criminal later on, right? So Eichmann, he did so many gruesome things to people, right? And then reading and writing and arithmetic are important only if they serve to make our children more human, right? So EQ is very, very important. This will help you develop a lot of EQ, right? Empathy towards all the beings. And at the same time, you have to understand when somebody's body is well grown, when you see they are well built muscles, you say, oh, that's a strong body, right? Then, then what is a strong mind? If someone's heart is filled with loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, that means the ability to be happy when other people become successful and happy, right? And when someone has the balance of mind, someone is filled with the balance of mind, that mind is the strongest mind, right? That's where this meditation technique is guiding you, helping you. That's kind of the mind that you're going to build inside yourself. But you have to work hard, diligently, right? And right then, when it comes to enemies, that's the hardest part. There may be several people or many people that might have harmed you, right? Then at that time, you have to understand this. When the term comes to spread loving kindness towards them, you have to think like this. We all have negativities. We all have anger. We all have jealousy, right? Ill will, and various other kinds of negativities. And we also have done in our life certain things without being able to control our negative emotions, right? So, as wise people, what we should do is understanding that we should be able to see the other people's wrong actions, right, with their point of view too, right? If they have sometimes they might have come out of their old way of living, and now they might have become positive people. Or if it is so, no use of clinging to the past grudges. And even though if they have not become positive, because they might not have become fortunate to meet very good spiritual teachers, very good parents, very good friends like that. So just feel pitiful, develop pity, and think, may they meet such kind of people and may they be able to change, right? Thinking so, let the grudge go and develop loving kindness wholeheartedly towards your enemies, right? So that's also very important in this practice, right? And when you have loving kindness inside yourself, when you have compassion with yourself, and when you have sympathetic joy and equanimity inside, you can easily connect with the others inside an office, you can work with your co-workers together. I know a very good, skillful senior software engineer, right? But there is something with him, some kind of a fault with him. He always gets angry. He's very skillful, very educated, but he cannot keep peace with the other co-workers. He has a lot of ego. Therefore, he can easily get angry. I know most of the times he got kicked out of the companies that hired him. Yes, he's very skillful, very educated. Then, there were times that he was not hired, even though how much skillful and educated he was. Right? And so he got hired by various kinds of big companies, but still, after several months, they kicked him out. That's how it is. So when we have loving kindness within, we can easily bond with the others. Live peacefully in the world, helping yourself to be calm and peaceful, and helping the others to feel calmness and peace. So work diligently for your own benefit and for the benefit of others. Right? Okay. Now we are going to begin. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax. And in this technique, if your legs are paining, you have complete freedom to change your posture. Okay. So first, I am going to pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha, and after that, let's begin today's silent meditation. All students are kindly reminded that I am not going to repeat the quotes again and again through the silent meditation session. So please go with your memory and then use the quotes that you remember, and then practice loving kindness meditation with those quotes. And the newcomers, they are kindly requested to go along with the short loving kindness meditation technique. Just think, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful, and then group by group, please keep spreading loving kindness using the same quotes. Be well, be happy, be peaceful, right? So everyone, please concentrate to show our respect and gratitude to the Buddha. Concentrate, please. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sata deva manusanang buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangnitiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko macatang veditamu vinyo hiti sopanimangno bhagavato savaka sangho ujumanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi panipangno bhagavato savaka sango yadidang chattari purisa yugani atte purisa puggala esa bhagavato savaka sango ahuniyo pahuniyo nakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punya ketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very patient mind. Everyone, please start your loving kindness meditation. All students are kindly requested to practice the uh, first method of loving kindness meditation. And new students, they are kindly requested to practice the short version of loving kindness meditation. So, whatever the meditation technique whatever the meditation technique that you choose, so that's fine. And I sincerely wish may your meditation practice be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your practice diligently, diligently.
Hmm.
Bhavetu sampe mangalam rakhantu sampe devatam samme buddhanubhavine samme dhammanubhavine samme sanghanubhavine sada sutti bhavang tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a very good loving kindness meditation session. And I apologize for coughing so 3 times. I tried myself to prevent my cough, hold my cough, but I couldn't hold it. That's why it happened. So whenever the winter time comes, my flame sometimes it goes up. That's why. So, but somehow I sincerely expect that you could meditate. You could work on it and meditate well. So when we practice meditation, loving kindness meditation, it is very important to feel the emotion, right? So, so when sometimes we may feel some kind of love towards the others, and we think that's the actual loving kindness. No, it's just a small sense of loving kindness. So when you feel the real loving kindness, it's very soothing. It soothes the whole body, right? It soothes the whole mind, right? It's very, very energetic and powerful, right? And it uh, it completely, re-energize. So, and it takes you to a very deep calmness. So very deep calmness. So within, when you feel that very strong sense of loving kindness, right? So please practice very, very ardently, very, very ardently every day. Please practice loving kindness meditation. So 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. If you can spend more time on it, please do so. That's good for you, right? Then today we are going to talk about the benefits of practicing loving kindness meditation. Brace yourself for it. And now it is the tiny break for you. If you want to drink water or if you want to go to the bathroom, this is the time, right? But please come back as soon as possible. So within 3 minutes, right? Within 3 minutes. Okay, please take your break for now. Moving. Everyone, please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. My dear Dhamma friends, so as I promised, today we are going to discuss about the benefits of loving kindness meditation. Here, I'm going to talk about two sides. First side is the scientific investigations about loving kindness meditation and their results. And then at the same time, I'm going to talk about the teachings of the Buddha about loving kindness meditation. Which one should I start with? What do you prefer? All right. Okay. Well, do you all say the scientific one first? Okay. Right. Impact of loving kindness. In science, loving kindness meditation is when they write loving kindness meditation, I already told you, they use 3 letters LKM, loving kindness meditation. So there are so many experiments which were conducted by various universities about the impact of loving kindness meditation. Right? Sometimes there are certain experiments, they are not exactly about the loving kindness meditation, but it is related. One such kind of experiment is an experiment which was done in 1960s, according to my memory. So in that one, what they did was, uh, so two scientists um, planted a seed, and when the tree was growing, one scientist went to the plant and started harassing the plant. So he cut small leaves, right? And then he scolded at the plant and did so many such kind of intimidating stuff. And then at the same time, there was another scientist. Then he went to the plant and he started attending the plant. So he started pouring water to the plant, and then he started adding fertilizer, and then he talked nicely to the plant, asking it to grow faster and grow healthier, like that. Plant grew. After several years, the plant grew and became a young tree. Later on, when they were approaching towards the plant, they checked the reaction of the plant towards both those scientists. Then they realized, through the experiments, they realized when the bad scientist was approaching towards the plant started spreading. Uh, so uh, so spreading bad, auras, right? Bad aura. So aromas, aura, right? Bad aura. So she's also a scientist. That's why I went along with her suggestion, right? So then, right, then with it started spreading bad aura towards the intimidating scientists. And then, when the good scientist was approaching, who was so helpful to it, so it started spreading good auras towards it. It started producing good auras around it. So by that way, they realize even the plants can feel what what we do towards it, right? So then how about human beings? So they can get enormously benefited. So the other human beings, whenever we develop thoughts of loving kindness, they feel it. They feel it. So then there is a famous another. There are so many. There are so many experiments about loving kindness meditation, but if I go to elaborate all of them, uh, so the sun will rise for tomorrow's morning, and but the summarizations of all those experiments won't end, and at that time, nobody will be here except Bhante Chandni. Right. So therefore, I selected certain certain results that they found through their experiment. One famous one is a Barbara Fredrickson experiment, which they did in 2008, right? So it was conducted by National Library of Medicine in US, right? So then they found out how loving kindness meditation helps people to decrease negative emotions and increase positive emotions. At the same time, in that research paper, they say not only it helps to come out of depression and social anxiety. It increases love, joy, cheerfulness, awe, appreciation, fulfillment, and amusement. So, so these kinds of things could be they could notice in the meditators who practice loving kindness meditation. And now I will go with certain other results that they found. So these results are from various kinds of experiments, right? I summarized them. One is it quietens the inner critic. So we have an inner critic, right? Who drags us up or down, right? So then there, if the inner critic drags us down, that's bad for the individual, right? So that's why certain people, they have stage fear, and when they go to do something new or learn something new, they're so much negative because of the inner critic. It's always say you cannot do it, right? You can't do this, right? So you are not capable of this. You are not made for this, like that. So this when we practice loving kindness meditation, we gain the ability to embrace us as ourselves, right? So you accept you as yourself, and at the same time you accept the other people as them. So instead of then when you so practice this, what happens is you start to treat yourself treat yourself with e- I mean with a lot of positive emotions in a positive way, and at the same time you lose the sense of competition with the other people anymore. It's all about, it becomes if it is a study or something like that, so work related something with the co-workers, so it becomes something that you do for your own growth, and when the other people grow, you become happy, and at the same time it becomes a matter about your own growth, right? And you don't try to compare yourself with the others and compete with the others. You do your best because you embrace yourself as who you are, and you don't go to develop ego because you are better than the others, right? And then so this happens when you practice loving kindness meditation and when you quieten your inner critic, right? And then the inner critic doesn't go to show bad about the other people, and you begin to not like, you start not liking to talk bad about the others and talk gossip about the others, right? So you always try to develop good mind towards the other people, right? You focus in it, you focus uh, about good qualities of the others, but you don't focus or criticize the other people's bad qualities. It doesn't mean you don't help them to come out of them if you can, but you don't try to I mean your inner critic doesn't try to judge them because of uh, one of their bad qualities, right? So this happens. um, uh, Sometimes I have also noticed this personally in me. Sometimes certain people talk about certain people, uh, their negative qualities, but throughout my life I have seen that person as a good person, right? Because uh, I could never see them with that negative anger. So it might have happened, mostly might have happened because of the loving kindness meditation, right? And then it strengthens the empathy and increases compassion towards the other people, right? So there are certain people, most of the people, so they care about oneself. We also care about us. But when it goes to extreme levels, it becomes selfishness. But when you practice loving kindness, you start to um, think about the other people too, and you develop empathy towards others. You become compassionate, and you become a person who is helpful to the other people in the ways as you can. Right? And then it enhances the nature of social connectedness. Right? Such kind of people, they gain the ability to connect with the other people fast. I told you about that earlier too. And by that way, they change the other people's lives. So let me tell you about um, one. I think I told you about. I told about this incident earlier too. Um, uh, I don't know whether I told it in the last year, because every year there are different stories that I come up with. So Bante Thich Tien Minh, a Vietnamese Bante who lives in San Francisco. Earlier, Bante Thich Tien Minh, he was a gangster. Can you remember? Right. Okay, okay. Hands down. Secret. Right. Not a secret for the other. So Bante Thich Tien Minh, he was a gangster before. Right. And uh, until he was around his 40s, so he lived like that. Um, he became a leader of one gang by that time. And if you look at his body, you can see I mean, all memories of his gangster life. Throughout the body, there are tattoos, right, top to bottom. So when he was in his 40s, suddenly, maybe something might have happened. He thought what kind of a meaningless life that he's living. He wanted to quit everything because he remembered once when uh, he went to the Vietnamese temple in one of the Vietnamese temples or Chinese temples in San Francisco, because they are Vietnamese Chinese. So he remembered uh, how one Bante described about the 5 precepts to this little boy. So he thought what he's doing is very wrong. He should reform himself. So he gave up and he resigned from his gang, and then he began going to that temple in San Francisco, where he became the second in line in command at that monastery. Then he began going there, and people noticed him coming. They were so scared because earlier in San Francisco, he didn't have a good name. He was a ruthless gangster. Now he is coming to the temple. People were so scared. Imagine he comes to this temple. How scared you will be. A person who is tattooed, who is with tattoos throughout his body, with a very dangerous look, comes and sits at Buddhi Vihara meditation session. How it is. Imagine. Same thing happened at that temple. The devotees were so scared. They went to the head Bante, his master, and told Bante, don't bring him here. Don't let him come to this temple. You know, one day he will burn this temple and run away. Then what will you do? So, so don't let him enter this temple. Then that master, then that master, what he said, his reply was remarkable. He said, you know, even during the ancient time, even the Buddha sometimes spent his time under the trees. I'm also a monk. If he burned down the temple, I can sit under the tree. There are so many good temples around. All you devotees can go to those nice temples. In those temples, there are very nice monks. They will welcome you. But this poor guy, nobody will welcome you, welcome him like sometimes I do. So you can go to any of these nice temples in San Francisco, but I will try my best. When Thich Tien Min heard these words, so he heard actually these words, and then tears started pouring so from his eyes. He determined he will change as fast as possible. Then he changed, became an ardent practitioner. And later on, he asked his master to ordain him as a monk. So his master ordained him as a monk. And now he's he's a renowned reformer of ex convicts, prostitutes, then robbers, and various kinds of prisoners in San Francisco. And now he's traveling around the world too. Sometimes he goes to Canada and give Dhamma teachings, and sometimes he goes to Australia, and sometimes to England to teach. Everywhere he says he doesn't forget to remind this incident of loving kindness. Because of his master's loving kindness, he became a completely different person. If he was chased away from the temple, that would have been a totally different story, right? So yeah, it helps you to it helps you to enhance the nature of social connectedness, right? And it relaxes the muscles when you practice loving kindness meditation. Experiments have found out that it relaxes the muscles and decreases migraine pain and tension, right? Migraine pain and tension. If any one of you have a migraine, then this will be a very good option, but don't think that this is a medication for it. And next time, don't throw away migraine medication and start practicing loving kindness meditation. No, no, don't do like that. Right. Then it decreases chronic pain, right? It decreases chronic pain. Then at the same time, it slows down the aging process. It doesn't mean that you don't go old, become old. So the appearance, right? The physical appearance, that young look, it stays for a longer period of time. When you have less tension, the telomere, right? So the telomere, right? So on your cell, so it wrinkles slowly, right? It's length, right? So wrinkles slowly. Therefore, the people who have a lot of loving kindness, they have a young look, even though they grow old. That's why you cannot guess the age of many Bantes, right? Very hard. There are 70 years old Bantes, but people say he looks like 50. So that happens because of the loving kindness. And then there are so many such kind of scientifically scientifically proven benefits that you can obtain by practicing loving kindness meditation. Now let's go towards the Buddha. You can write these things down. So there is sutta called Mettansana Sutta. In that sutta, Buddha taught about 11 benefits of loving kindness meditation. Last year too, I taught this. Hope you remember them. First one is Sukhang Supati. You sleep well. You gain the ability to sleep well. Vihara, have you heard of this? Oh, very nice. I think because it's in the Sri Lankan Buddhism textbook at the school. Right. First one is Sukhang Supati. You sleep well. Second one is Sukhang Patibujjati. Right. Harsh, do you have the book with you? Right. Please write it down. Write them down. You sleep well and you wake up well. Right. Certain people in the middle of the night, so they jump on the bed shouting, "Oh, I saw this kind of fierce looking dog jumping over me to bite me," right? And they shout to shake the whole roof apart, right? So certain people, you won't see such kind of dreams, right? And you wake up with a lot of energy, right? Then why it happens so? Because so whatever the thoughts that we generate so inside during the day, at the night time, so it keeps on running inside the mind, right? But throughout the day, if you kept thoughts of loving kindness within, at the night time too, you go to sleep with the light mind, right? Then since your negativities are in control, right? So there is nothing to nothing to give you I mean so so even the dreams becomes pleasant, and there is nothing to give you nightmares, right? Therefore you sleep well and you wake up well. Then Sukam Supi Sukam Paribunjati. Na Papakang Supinam Passati. They won't see bad dreams, right? They won't see bad dreams. Third one, Manusanam Piyohut. They become pleasant for human beings, right? When you develop loving kindness meditation, the human beings will like you, right? The human beings will like you, right? Then Amanusanam Piyohut. Not only human beings, even the non-human beings, they also will like you, right? When you talk nicely towards a dog or a cat or even a snake, they feel it, right? So they feel that emotion. So they like you, right? They like you. And then not only animals, so invisible beings also like you, right? There are several stories, but this is not the time to talk about those things right now. In another year, I will tell those stories. So then, Amanusanang Piyohoti. Devata Rakhan, right? Divine beings protect you, right? Good, good beings, good invisible beings, they protect you, right? Devata Rakhan. Then Nas Aggiva Visangva Sattangva Kamati. They cannot, if they practice well, they cannot be harmed. Aggiva by fire. Visangva by poison. Sattangva by a weapon. Right? They cannot be destroyed because of if they have developed loving kindness to a so greater level, they cannot be harmed by all these three. Something happens because of some kind of technique. they gain the ability to escape. Right? So sattang vakamati. Then tuvatang chittang samadhyati. That means the mind concentrates faster. The mind gets concentrated faster. Right? Then the mind gets concentrated faster, and tuvatang chittang samadhi. Mukavanno vipasita. The face color, right, and the skin color becomes pleasant, right? So we apply various kind, not mostly males, but females. So we apply various kinds of creams to look prettier, right? Sometimes they change the kinds of creams. But I mean, sometimes month to month. That's fine. I'm not against that. You can do whatever you want. Then by that way too, you can become prettier. But when you have loving kindness, you will be more prettier, right? So then so mukavanno vipasit. It makes your skin color and the face color more beautiful. Then asammulho kalang karoti. Number 10. They pass away peacefully. They pass away very peacefully. Right? When they had a lot of loving kindness, they are not going to do anything harmful for the other people. So when they pass away very peaceful. Right, Harsh? And then final one, number 11. Uttaring appati vijjantu brahma lokopago hot. That means after the death, if they develop loving kindness meditation into jhanic levels, right? So if they could develop it to jhanic levels, deep concentration levels, I already told about those things in the when I was describing about the right effort. So I'm not going to describe them right now. Okay. Then uh, so if they could develop right concentration, right? When I was describing about right concentration, maybe 3 months ago, right? No, 1 month ago. Okay, so I told these things. Then, right. So, then if you could develop loving kindness meditation up to jhanic levels, then after the death, you will be born in Brahma realm, right? Another very high, comfortable level. Among all these things, out of all these 11 benefits, you are going to enjoy 10 benefits in this very life. Some of you might not believe about the next life. That's fine, right? But still, you practice this because you are going to get 10 benefits out of these 11 in this very life, right? But there is a next life too. Right. Then, when you develop loving kindness meditation, there are certain gains that we are going to experience. So, first one is you attract wealth. If someone develops loving kindness, they attract wealth. And then they attract other people's respect. They attract other people's respect. And then they will be praised. They will be praised when you go to the society. And then such kind of people, they mostly see pleasant things, right? We see unpleasant things too, right? But they mostly see the pleasant things. If their loving kindness is very strong, they always will hear pleasant sounds, right? And then they so mostly they will experience fragrance, right? And mostly they will, so they will frequently gain the opportunity to enjoy delicious food, right? Delicious food, right? Then that means your friends and family members might take you to very good hotel, restaurants. Hotels means in, so that's, I think, South Asian, right? Okay. In our areas we say hotels, but over here restaurants, very good restaurants. And then, right, then you will experience very pleasant, pleasing touches, right? And then they will attract wholesome and good relatives and friends. They will attract wholesome relatives and friends. And then they will live healthily. They will always have good health. And they will have less enemies, right? They will have no enemies or less enemies. And inside them, they won't have hatred, right? And then they will have less troubles in life. They will have less troubles in life. So these are the gains that you are going to experience if you really practice loving kindness meditation. Okay, right. So, so please work ardently and develop this. And equally, please bring this out of the cushion. Right, that's important. If you only practice so during the sitting sessions at home in the morning and evening, that's fine, it's helpful. But more importantly, better to take this out of cushion so that you can live a happy and peaceful life. You can create very good connections with the other people, right? So practically, whenever you see even a stranger, start spreading loving kindness, at least one quote. Think, may this person be well, may this person be happy, may this person be peaceful. Whenever you see someone, let it be an animal, even an ant, spread this loving kindness. Practice this, right? And make your life a very beautiful life, right? And practicing loving kindness meditation, develop concentration, and using that concentration, practice vipassana, and then develop wisdom. With that wisdom, come out of negativities, develop positivities, and finally try to attain real peace, real happiness, nibbana. Everyone, please join your palms and consider. අමිවාදන සීනිස්ස නිච්චං වත්තා පචායිනෝ චතරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුකං බලං ආයුරාරෝග්‍ය සංපත්ති සග්ග සංපත්ති මේවච අතෝ නිම්මාන සංපත්ති ඉමිනාති සමිජ්ජතු. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Good night to everyone. Take rest and see you again in the next week on next Friday. Sakiyatu. Good night. Mr. Wad, can you let everyone unmute?
I sure will. I was a little bit behind there, but right now they're able to unmute.
Right. Okay. Good night, Mrs. Rita.
Good night, Bante. Have a good night. Be well.
Yeah. Right. Good night. So, Mr. Bas, good night.
Good night, Bante.
May all the good happen to you. Rahul and Pragati, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Good night, Mr. Brian. Right, Sunshine, good night. Right.
Good night, Bonte. This is Brian.
Yeah.
I saw this is day 32 in the meetup.
I'm sorry, I couldn't change it. It's 42.
42.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Brian. Right. Then, Mr. Elliot, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so
Good night.
much.
May you be happy. Good night, Sunshine. I saw you join at the beginning, but I couldn't talk to you. Mr. Howard, thank you so much.
It's always an honor, Bante. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Good night, Mr. Howard.